Hello. Hello. Testing. Testing. I don't need to do that. I've done this 100 times. So, we were making a video game or something? I don't really remember. I'm just trying to think what we had left to do in the video game. So I said I wanted to make a different cursor. Score goes up, score goes up. All the coins are collectible, all the babies are collectible. Ghosts are shootable, score goes up. Power-ups, yes! And apparently a runtime error. Don't even worry about the runtime error. I think it's something that we could probably suppress. Gross. Huh. So, power-up spawner. Power-up spawner. Don't know. Power-up spawner. Power-up spawner. Power-up spawner. Is that character? Pick up spawner. Oh, Jesus. This is the worst code I've ever seen. I wrote this? You've got a per check function. No. Oh boy. This is garbage, this is. So, 4 times a second instead of 60, potentially. We have an event graph here, but we don't have any palette? No. What the hell? Where's the my blueprint? Ah, there it is. Okay. So we're gonna add an int. Yeah. This is gonna be in fact it's gonna be score threshold. The default value is going to be 1,000. Yeah. Yep. We are going to plug that into there. We are going to plug that into there. I don't think we need to be anywhere. Score is greater than 0. Hasn't spawned. Array of power-ups get spawn actor. I don't know. We could have a separate power-up spawner for each power-up. Or we could have a separate threshold value to set the spawn index. Tricky, 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 tricky. Interesting. I have retrieved myself both snacks and a drink. I'm using a coaster that's on top of a mug already. That's on yeah. I've got a bit of a totem going on here. A dangerous teetering tower of terror. Where my coffee may go bye-bye at any second if I swipe too hard left. The spawn is a local value. Score before is fine. Time is not fine. Why do we need time? Do we need time? I don't think we need time. I think that's a default thing that gets added when you use tick. Or it's a default thing that I added because we have tick. Get player controller from ID. We don't need any of that. Get score. Get score. Idiot. Get score. BP Bubbleman controller. Get score actual. There we go. There. This. Cast to BP Bubbleman controller. Let pure cast. So do you know what actually? So, local score, local, actual, local, greater than 0. Boom. Score local actual modulo. Score local actual comparative. Delete. And another one here. Score local actual. That should be fine, right? Should being the keyword there, right? So instead of getting the value like 4 times through the function, we're getting it 1 time, 4 times a second, and then it's doing all of the stuff that it needs to do with that, and then it's getting it again in the next quarter of a second. So I'm just thinking about doing things on tick. Surely you should like space things out by prime numbers, right? Oh. Hey man, sorry to interrupt, but I really need help with Unreal. For some reason it seems to be rendering lighting, a small square area only. Beyond that, grass becomes black. Here's a snapshot of it, and it's a link to Imgur. Oh wow, I can actually see it. Yeah. Smoky 3D. I wish I could help you, but I don't know what's going on. Like, is that a global light? Is that a directional? Is that a point light? Have you got RTX enabled? I would recommend posting your question to the Discord. Can I open Discord? I can open Discord on this. There's not going to be anything toxic or illegal. It's directional light, movable, no RTX. Okay. Have you rebuilt your lighting? I'm guessing that's a stupid question. Of course you've rebuilt your lighting. Right? Have you got enough luxels on your grass? You're using a grass mesh there, right? So I see it's you've got a grass mesh which isn't being lit, but the grass texture underneath is being lit. Fuck off! Get on the screen. I put you on. Oh my days. Twitch activity feed just got minimized. Please. I'm glad I didn't close it. Thank you. I'll send. Are you on the? Do you have Discord? This app here. It's free. Don't worry. Can I invite people to Discord? Can I get a link to this Discord? Unreal Engine, important Unreal Slackers. Invite people. No. I'll send a server invite link to a friend. Oh, that's great. You'll look it up. No need to look it up. There is a link to it. Oh wow, I got a star. Oh, because I'm premium. And because I'm my #1 subscriber, because I am me. That's a link to the Unreal Discord. Obviously, read all the TOS. Don't get booted, etc., etc. Be a nice person. I'm sure you'll get along fine. You're probably a much nicer person than me, and I get along fine there too. But there's actual people who work at Epic Games who post on that, and there's actual people who know what they're doing in programming games. I don't know what I'm doing in Unreal. I don't know what I'm doing in C. I don't know what I'm doing really at all in the world. Why was I put here? One of life's great mysteries, isn't it? I mean, why are we here? It's a Red versus Blue reference. Season 1, Episode 1. Yeah, I hope it helps. Like, I won't be able to help you. I'm literally noob. I could have commented this and told myself what it was doing, but instead, this resets. That resets the spawn boolean. I'm going to get my second keyboard because that is a lean that I do not want to be engaging with. Jesus. Yeah. Again, Smoky 3D. Good luck. What is it that I'm doing? I am rewriting my entire game because I put all my variables scattered across the far corners of the universe into places that you're not meant to put variables, and they all have to integrate with the UMG HUD. Because I made a new UMG HUD because it looks a lot nicer and it's easier to make than a regular HUD, and it's easier to put to the screen. You can see that cheeky blur behind those UMG icons. You can't do that just with a HUD object, and I don't know why they haven't removed the HUD object from this program yet. I guess some people still need it, but yeah, it just seems ridiculous that they wouldn't just take it out. But yeah, I'm making a video game. It's basically a carbon copy of a game for the PlayStation 1 called Blitter Boy Operation Monster Mall by Chris Chadwick. I want to give a big shout out to that man. He basically made my childhood, apparently. But this is one of my powerful memories from the PlayStation era, and I thought it would be a good, easy, simple, lightweight project to get into learning Unreal properly, rather than messing around with this book that I was reading that was like, okay, we're going to do the first project, and that's all going to be blueprints, and that's all going to be fine and dandy. Okay, now we're familiar with blueprints, let's go back to C++. And I was just like, wait, no, hang on. Because I'm not very good at C++. I stream C++ on Mondays. I meant to stream this on Mondays too, but I fell asleep. And that's one thing. Twitch terms of service, no sleeping on stream. You have to be awake and alert. But I got dragged into how many hours of World of Warships? It happens. Maybe I should have streamed that. It's somewhat of a tower defense. Enemies keep coming at you to kill them. No, well, it's not really a tower defense because you play as the tower. Oh, and there's a little bit of latency on this keyboard, isn't there? Wow. Basically, it's an arena shooter. So you have a square box. You collect the good. Collectibles. Yeah, I can move. Yeah. Collect the good collectibles. Power-ups rain from on high. Jesus. Please stop. No. So we've obviously done something wrong here. So, I don't think we even need this. Score actual local minus score before. Oh, right. I see. Okay. What? How did this ever work before? I had it working. Like, it had a point where it would drop a power up every 1,000 points, right? That's what it's meant to do. Every 1,000 points, you get a power up. Not a random power up, not yet. It's always immortality, because that's the only power we have. But, yeah. We don't have anything actually to set the score before, which is just insane. So score actual local greater than 0. If not, don't do anything. If true, move on to the next one. Spawn T, not spawn T. So if it hasn't, wait, what? So if spawn T is false, if spawn T is 0, then it will go true. So it hasn't spawned. So we're here. And now score actual local modulo score threshold. Okay. Converts it into a bool. Not. What does that do? That just checks if it's a perfect modulo. That's completely wasteful. That's useless. That's useless to me. Score local actual minus score before score threshold greater than. Okay. That's useful. So that's going to go to get random point in bounds, spawn actor, get old score. Is that a function? Yeah, it is. Get old score, update time. Ah, hello. Hello, get old score, update time. Update time. Do we have an update time going on? We do not. Okay. Okay. I really wish these plugged in the bottom. You know what I mean? It's really hard to arrange stuff when they plug into the side. but like if they plug into the bottom of things, you can bend your pins a little bit better. Maybe. That checks score deficit. Come to the English language, kids. Array of power-ups get. Oh, I know why. Get old score is a function, but we haven't updated what it does. So we don't need any of that. We just delete score actual local. In fact, we can just drag it straight onto that pin, and then it works. And it's perfect. And we go to the event graph. We tidy this up a little bit. Get random point and bounds, fairly self-explanatory. Array of power-ups. Get. Spawn transform. Set spawn T to spawned. Get old score. That's fine. That should really be set old score, shouldn't it? Can I F2? Can I change that to set old score? Okay, so we've got non-zero score. Local score on tick. Power up in play check. Boom. Yeah, I'm just trying to organize it so it's a bit more legible, so I know what it does when I come back to it in 5 weeks time when I have to fix it again. Reset spawn boolean. Check score deficit. Spawn power up. Key. There we go. That's beautiful. That's should work perfectly now. So all I would need to do is acquire some babies into the baby collector. Four babies into the baby collector. They're 250 each. Hello. Come on. And then it should spawn one power up. I should be able to collect the power up. And it won't spawn another power up until we've got another 1,000. Ah! Or we die. Oh yeah, spawned it. Did I collect that? Because I'm not immortal. I did collect that one, okay. So anyway, it turns out like 1,000... 1,000 points isn't a great threshold for an immortality pickup apparently, but it is what it is, and it works, and we don't have a death cam. I completely forgot how to do death cams and stuff, so. And we got a whole bunch of access none trying to read property K2 node event other. You tell me, buddy. I don't know what that means. Access none trying to read property K2 node underscore event underscore other. I don't think that's important error message. It's just the I'm so sorry. Hold on. Dime bar. It's just it's a collision on the player character. Right. Yeah, this one. So the babies are triggering this. Because the babies don't have any tags. If I gave the baby a tag, do you think that would go away? Babu Ragu. That'll do. That's not something I'm going to be putting on anything in a hurry. So, I wonder. So the babies, that's a lot of collisions, right? We're probably going to get enough collisions to pop that off, right? So now we just escape. No errors. Check it out. So that is a really weird error. I don't know why that would flag up. I don't know what use that has to flag up to people. So when there's a collision on the player, it checks to see what tag it is. If it's a damage source, it kills the player. Duh. And if it doesn't have the tag damage source, don't do anything, right? But if something just does not have a tag, it's throwing up error that it's not reading any data from the thing. I guess it's fair, it's not reading any data in the thing, there's no data to read, but simply not having a tag triggering that, and that is the ugliest bit of 3D I've ever seen. I'm so sorry you had to see that as well. Yeah, the 3D brush authoring tools in Unreal Engine aren't very good. I want to rip on them for this. Source Engine is so much easier to make intricate 3D things out of cut up 3D sheets, basically, with the using Shift X to slice. This doesn't have any slice capability, and it doesn't have any kind of sensible vertex alignment capability either. You see, it's concave itself. It's not even flat. It's ridiculous. Anyway, back on with the show. I wanted to do Bubbleman Actual. Here we go. Spawn Immortality. Spawn Invulnerability. That's fine. Camera activate. That's fine. Okay. Oh, there it is. Cursor location. You might want to have a look at this, actually. It's real rough, it's real basic, but I want to share this tiny beeb of knowledge. It's on tick, obviously, but it's the way that it took me 3 hours to get this working. But it is a way of converting the cursor location on tick to actor rotation. Full disclosure, I don't believe that this is the easiest way of doing it. I've just considered now that if you use your screen's offset and you offset against that and base that on a thing, you can probably just extract a rotator directly from that using trigonometry. But this uses an object in 3D world space. So it's helpful because it shows that you can control a 3D object in world or local space using the position of the cursor on the screen as that location. So we have get game user settings, get screen resolution, get play controller, get mouse position, and that gives us cursor location algebra. which is a function which is just a bunch of algebra basically. So I can't remember what goes into this. So we have the screen resolution in the X and Y, they're floats, and we have mouse position, sorry, screen resolution's an integer, and mouse positions are floats. So Christ alive, in int2. Who wrote this function? Event graph, in int2. Okay, let's just I can't change them here, can I? In int2. So construct, no, event graph. So the int is screen width. In int2 is screen height. X and Y. Mouse pos X, mouse pos Y. Mouse position Y. And then screen stuff's at the top, right? And mouse stuff, we just changed some words, man, come on. Yeah, that's beautiful. So we have the screen width, we have the mouse position, and it outputs XY value, float XY values for a vector, and that, what do we have? I thought we had a sensitivity thing. Ah, yeah, right, okay, so there's a float sensitivity, which, what does it do? It divides the width by, wait, what? Okay, so it divides the mouse position Y by the width. So that's the percent on screen of how up and down it is, yeah. And then this one is the percent on screen of how left and right it is, right? So 0%, 100%, so it'd be 0 to 1. And then the sensitivity multiplier is a scalar float value to increase the distance in world space that you're moving a 3D object with that mouse position, and it's divided by 2 because the origin in local space is the player. So if you don't divide it by 2, and then if you don't divide the sensitivity by 2 and then minus it from these coordinates, you're going to just be using the top left hand corner of the plane that you're using as a 3D play space. This is something that took fucking, I was screaming at this for hours, honestly. This is a nightmare. And you've got to invert the vertical, apparently. Okay, you've got to invert the oh yeah, because it's from the top left hand corner, not the bottom left hand corner. So that is going to be down, but you want it to be I don't know. So it's going to be a positive number going this way, but a positive number in world space you want to be going back, I guess. Or do you? Maybe that's an option for you. You can try it out and change it as a Boolean in the options menu or whatever. But that gets you to here. So you've got your vector, which is an XY coordinate for, or you've got your XY coordinate of a vector for your object in world space. The Z is defaulted to 0. And you get the world location. Yes, because right, okay, because this is a local translation. This is a local translation of a component inside your player character you need the world position because this is a local offset to that, based on the idea that your camera is going to be following. So you get the location of something that's central to your character, you know, the mesh, the capsule, whatever. And you get that, and then you add this value to that, and that gives you your XY, or your XY or your XZ or whatever it was. What was that noise? A lot of dogs barking. It gives you your XY position in world space. And then you just update that position. You update the mesh that you're using as your cursor to that position on tick. And then the next bit, rotating the character. You might not need this depending on what game you're building, but rotating your character with respect to that, you get the world location of the character. You get the world location of the object. And this is very important because this as well took me literally hours to find. We're not interested in finding the Z rotator, and that will cause your character to pitch up and down, and it's very distracting trying to troubleshoot that stuff. So if you're just doing a 2D gameplay wise, a 2D game, so up, down, left, right, like mine is, even though it's in a 3D world space, it's a 2D game, ignore the Z or ignore the axis that you're not working with, please. It will save you headaches. But we're breaking the vector here. We're making a new vector for the XYs. We're zeroing out the Zs because we don't care. And then we are finding the find, look at, rotation. The start is your player that you want to spin. The target is what you want it to look at. And then you set world rotation of your thing that you're wanting to rotate to your cursor. You put in what? Yes, you put in the Z value because that is the yaw, right? It's a rotation around the Z axis. So that's what you need for an XY planar rotation, which is, yes. I was looking at that, it looked a little bit weird, but that is how it works. It's probably very inefficient, and there's probably someone who's already programmed something a lot better than that in Blueprints and probably in C++. In fact, there's probably example code from Epic themselves that did something like this. But if that helps you out, I know I showed this off last stream as well, and I'm just stalling basically because I don't know what to do anymore with this. We fixed the bug, we fixed the babies, we fixed the spawning the thingies. Look at that material going absolutely mental. I'm not sure how I feel about the world position offset that I put on this. So basically, it's a scrolling, you know, it's a chaos texture. So it's 4 textures that are offset and then panned across each other to get this kind of this random-esque animated noise thing, which is a lot faster to render than actual noise, maybe not, who knows. But I also used the white value to offset the world position of the vertex, and I don't know, I think it looks a bit cheesy actually, so I might take that out. Like from here it's fine, from like the camera angle that you get normally it's fine, it's just like a little bit of extra noise, but when you zoom in, it's like actually breaking the... I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that right now. World offset power 0. Save. It's really funny to me how they don't update in real time in the material previewer. But yeah, that's that. That actually looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? And a little particle effect in the middle to give it some little orbies, little bloopies. They're actually square particles entirely, but again, because you look at this thing from so far away when you play it, you know, it's... Who even cares? Who even cares, right?
Yay, playing video games that we made ourselves with our own 2 hands.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. Nope. Hello. Access none trying to read property K2 node event other blueprint BP bubbleman actual function executable Uber graph BP bubbleman action event graph node branch. No, it's still fucking around with that shit. All right. Okay. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. All that code there can stay. All this code here is gonna have to go. Set timer by event, no. Set a timer to execute delegate. Setting an existing timer will reset that timer with updated parameters. I just want to actually have a look at this because sometimes it glitches out and it doesn't update. And I think it's because this. I think maybe it's a garbage collection feature of the Unreal Engine because we're destroying all of the visible elements of the thing. We're just not destroying the actor itself. We're destroying all of we're destroying the light, the particle effect, and the object. And I think maybe sometimes the Unreal Engine's getting a bit gung-ho and just deleting the actor instead. Because there's a destroy actor here, but that's only after we finished doing the immortality stuff. But we will need a interface, not a user interface, a blueprint interface. Here we go. BI power up. Yes. Bubbleman actual. Boom. 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 Shake the room. Class defaults, class settings. No interface. Bubbleman actual. Yes. Add. BI power up. Yes. Pick up immortal. Class settings. Add. BI. Oh, in fact, if we go to the pickup parent and we go to class settings and we add BI power up right here. Haha. Inherited interfaces BI power up. There you go. So we will need BI power up, I'm sure. So we have new function. Immortality. Doesn't have any inputs, doesn't have any outputs. Compile save. Boom. Easy peasy. So what we need to do is delete that. I don't even care. And then we need more immortality message. And the target is gonna be get player controller, get controlled pawn. So that should work. I didn't throw up a big bad. Then we get a Bubble Man actual, and we go to event immortality. Perform a latent action with a delay specified in seconds. Calling again while it is counting down will be ignored. Okay. I guess that's fine. That's how we did it before. I think maybe set timer by handle is maybe a little bit nicer to use. But there you go. Whatever. Who cares? So it sets the immune flag. It activates the immortality particles. It has a 4-second delay. It sets you unimmune, and then it removes the immortality particles. In fact, you should do that the other way around. Just in case there's lag. I don't want people thinking they're still immortal when they're not. That's better. So deactivate your visuals before you deactivate the actuality of the situation, so that people can react. Let people know what's going on. Destroy actor self. So now, okay, no errors compiling. We got to score ourselves some points so we can spawn this boy, so we can collect this boy. 1,000 points. Hello, 1,000 points. Hello, 1,000 points. Here we go. Boop. And we should be immortal for 4 seconds. Good, we are immortal, and it's toggled off. Beast. That is absolutely fantastic. That is beautiful. Yeah. There's errors. Yeah. But we fixed the power up stuff. That works beautifully now. Where does this keep going? Like I would like this. How'd you add a delay to shooting? How do you add a delay to shooting a gun? You could just put a delay in. Just put, delay. Duration 0.2. Okay. So now we shouldn't be able to spam. Okay, that doesn't work. Add a variable. Can shoot. Branch. Can shoot. Set. Set timer by event, by function name. Set a timer to execute delegate. Setting an existing timer will reset the timer. Updated parameter. No. Timer by hand. Not. No. What? I'm just staring off into the void. I'm so sorry. I'm just how long to wait before executing the delegate in seconds. Setting a timer to less than or equal to 0 will clear it if it is set. Right, okay, so we need a new custom add custom event. Here we go. This is reset gun. Lol. Okay. And this is gonna be this. It's just gonna do that. It's just gonna set it to true. 0.5. So that's half a second. That's gonna be clearly visible in game. If that works. The default value is yes. Brainhead. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. We've got a controlled rate of fire now. Oh. Oh, yeah. Urgh. Beautiful. Yay! The game is simultaneously harder and less interesting to play. Isn't that great? So I just wanna put this out here for anyone who's watching. The Twitch stats panel says I've been streaming for 16 minutes. The OBS recording window says I've been live for 1 hour and 6 minutes. I mean, I know some things that I want to do, but I don't think I can do them right now. Like, how is this gonna work? Oh, do you know how it's gonna work? Power up index. Integer. No. Can we go to BPBM projectile, please? What happens? Event graph. There is just okay. Good. There's nothing in the event graph. I don't know how this works. Projectile movement. Here we go. Initial speed 600, max speed. Rotation follows velocity. Through projection of rotation, updated each train max direction of its velocity. Okay. Rotation remains vertical. I see. Right. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I want actor class reference array. Projectile. Ah! Oh, media buttons. What a handsome surprise. Like you see, last night I was mashing the escape key all the time. Projectile array compile, save, add, boom, BP BM projectile. UR array number 0, yes. And then we need to I'm going to condense that to a macro. That is fire location, rotation, and scale. Why is it just called new macro? No. File location, rotation, and scale. Self. I don't want that to be called self. Reference. Transform reference. Yes. File save. That takes an object, a component, an actor component, and it gives you out a world position, rotation, thing. No, I moved those prematurely. I don't need to move those. They need to be that side. I'm an idiot. Get projector. Get a copy. Power up index. Get. It's beautiful. So now we can add we can yes. Let me try and think about what I'm trying to say before I actually try and say what I'm trying to say. So we can pass it various Uh, this is gonna require a big overhaul, isn't it? Because there's gonna be a thing where I want machine guns in the game and not just projectiles, and then there's gonna be a whole disconnect or overlap about stuff. So right now, it doesn't check any of that, and that's stuff. Would I have to create like a struct? Do I have to create like a struct? Oh Jesus. Oh fuck, I might have to create a struct. This sounds like something that we can do at later, at a different time. And actually, now that we pick up spawner, now that we have this, this can only work for this can only. Is there a function for is there a function for finding out if something, if the like modulo, but one that doesn't return the remainder? It's just divide, isn't it? Dividing an int by an int returns an int truncated, right? So okay, no, that's not quite what we want. Is it? I don't want to think about this right now. Poopy. And we just brought that back into spec with the rest of the player. Event begin play. Yeah, sure. Maybe we can make this a function actually. Collapsing to function failed. Why? Delay cannot be placed in a function graph. So it seems delay isn't going to be a useful thing. Whatever. That is power up immortal. I don't need you. Spawner power up immortal, problem at actual level default. Sure, whatever. I think that's painfully slow gun to fire, isn't it? Oh, I died. Is there a way to thank you. Is there a way to set tag? Why do we need to set spawner? Is there a... Oh, I see. Wild. Set tag. Append array. Get tags. Name. Damage source name. Name. Compile, save, default damage source. Why am I using this keyboard? Damage source. Save. Append an array to another array. Tag. Delete. Give a generous 1 second to get the heck out of Dodge before they smack you in the grill. I don't know. See if that works. Okay, so they still can kill me, but okay. How am I gonna get to a? Oh, so that it's fine. The tags are being set as damage source, so I guess I can just leave it. But they should have a 1-second grace period if they spawn on you, so you can move out of their way, which is cute, I guess. Sure, why not? Can just oh. They are all over in that corner now, aren't they? Oh! Yeah, a second isn't a long time, is it? I'm in roll. Okay. You want to spawn near me, buddy? So the spawn locations are randomized, so... Yep, that works. Beautiful. It's probably really hacky, but I don't mind. It's a thing. All right. So we've been going for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna leave it there for the Unreal segment. So if you came to watch the live video, thanks for coming to watch the live video. If you came to watch the video on demand, thank you for coming to watch the video on demand. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.